Our goal is to put the number so high to where I don't think you got a human on earth that's alive that can touch it.
Birdman and Slim grew up in New Orleans. They were not rich when they were born. They came from an underprivileged background. They were, going between boys' homes. Their dad was sort of in and out of jail, didn't really know their mom. A rough upbringing, and they wanted to follow in their dad's footsteps as hustlers, they say. Then they discovered a more legitimate way of doing business through the music industry.
My dad always tell us, we need to start our own business and be entrepreneurs, and he kept putting that in my head.
Well, if you grew up in New Orleans, bro, it's whatever you get into, you're gonna just be a beast about it. You're gonna just be very aggressive about it. If you're a hustler, you're gonna be aggressive. If you play sports, you're gonna be aggressive. I just took the street life and converted it into the music, the aggressiveness of being a hustler. Finding ways to turn 1 to 10, 10 to 100. It wasn't about just being kosher with making a few dollars. We really wanted to make some real money in this game.
What Birdman and Slim were doing with Cash Money and making this sort of bounce-influenced version of hip-hop was getting so popular regionally that they were starting to outgrow their actual regional record distributors.
Before we even got with Universal, right, we met with everybody. A lot of them refused us, bro.
Yeah, we ate so many dinners
Russell
up here.
Simmons refused us. I met with him personally, Leor, all those guys, they refused us. But we was already making $1 million a month. We was making millions of dollars independently. We refused to allow a structured deal where they take anything from us.
And we came here to Universal. They wanted to do a one-off. I'm like, man, why would we do that? And I said, you know what? I'm about to head back to New Orleans. We left, we got up. So when we got up, Doug Morris and Mel come from out the back room. And they're like, what's the problem? Like, man, they want to sell a company. They want us to do a one-off. It don't make no sense. If we're going to do this, we're going to do it all the way, or we don't need to do it at all. So he was like, I wouldn't sell my company either.
So we ended up doing a distribution deal where it was 85-15. And we own 100% of our masters and own 100% of
one thing I think, though, I think they did it. They wasn't expecting it to happen the way it did.
But the same people refused us today, wish they would have signed us.
They regret every minute of it.
I think the reason the deal was so lucrative is because for 9 months, the guys at Cash Money let me say no. They had put out for 6 years 31 CDs. So they had an amazing track record when I found them. It's not like I invented them. I just happened to find something that was really kind of amazing and bring it to the labels. And the very first offer was from Penalty Records for Juvenile for $75,000. And then 9 months later, we were able to get a $3 million cash advance and then a line of credit so that this deal as a whole equaled $30 million. And that was just unheard of for a distribution deal to get that kind of an advance.
That worked out really well for Cash Money. Founders didn't have to sell. Worked out really well for Universal because they got the market share that came along with kind of this fresh subgenre of hip hop.
Drake was brought to the table through somebody else. I remember Nicki flew in right after the same day the Carter 3 came out. Wayne played me her music. We flew her to California, and day one we knew both of them were stars, bro. That was the birth of the Young Money. We always let Drake do what he wanted. Same thing we did with Nicki, bro. It's hard to tell them people what to do and how to do it. I wanted to allow them to do what they wanted to do. That was one of my blessings of being an artist, but you can't paint. You gotta let them paint their own picture.
A lot has been made about how he turned in the last album on his deal. What is the current status?
We forever in business with Drake.
Because of the masters, at least.
We forever in business with Drake.
What's the next deal look like?
We forever in business with Drake.
I mean, we can't speak up on none of
All I
that.
can tell you is we forever in business with Drake. We got a great friendship, great partnership, much respect on both sides of the table. And honestly, I feel we forever in business with Drake. Fuck what you heard or what you might hear. It is what it is. We're in business with Drake. Simple.
You know, they've kind of had a rough track record on paying folks. I'm not sure why that is. It happens to a lot of people in the music industry, but they do have a very long list of disgruntled people and folks that have had to sue them. I had to file suit to get paid. You know, a lot of people have to get what's owed to them. I think people continue to work with them in spite of the reputation of non-payment because they're brilliant. They just have this unbelievable marketing strategy that works, and they're able to propel artists to success.
We make this shit look easy, but it's really not. But if you try it, you'll see. Try your record company and see. We just make it look easy because we've been doing it for so long, bro. And we great at what we do, but I'll tell anybody who foresee this shit in the wrong aspect, try it. And you'll see what it's built on.
And that's the problem with today. A lot of people see it. They see the finished product. They don't see the work that go into it before you get to the
work we put into it.
We generated $2 billion since we've been in this company. $2 billion.
It's some $1 billion shit, man. We're here forever. It ain't never going nowhere.